Hey, hello everyone, Sean Symons, PPG Grandpa. So you fly a paramotor and you absolutely love it. Now you want to be an instructor. If you don't have a big school next to you and you want to start your own, what does that entail? Well, I've been instructing for the last couple of years and I just got back from picking up a bunch of stuff from my dealer. You think when I say that I'm talking about a drug dealer, but I'm not. This is a APCO dealer. I got Dudek stuff, I got APCO stuff, I got frames, power to fly, all sorts of cool swag and things like that. I got a couple of trikes here, more wings, wing bags, wing stuff sacks, shirts, throttles, and of course, fun reading material when I'm sitting here at the table. But you think, oh, well, that's not too bad. Well, let's go over here to this other room. So now you need a place to have your personal stuff. So, once you start flying for a while, you got extra wings. These are all of my personal wings that I have. Reserve, of course, you could definitely need a reserve. But, you start to fly and you have more wings, and then you start having you downgrade your own wings for the school wings. So now your wings that you've had, that you've loved, now your students are tearing up. Then in your other room, you have yourself an office. So your office consists of, well, I have a big 3D printer, which is great. More places to store stuff, and then we got all this stuff right here. This is things that we give away on the podcast. Obviously, you may not have a podcast, but it's fun to give away stuff. And then your office, that's usually nice and clean, is always cluttered with something, because now I'm making 3D printed things to give away. We got some more fun stuff to give away. We've got another 3D printer that print out stuff, and a separate computer from your other computer, your Mac. Oh my gosh, there's just so much involved. Don't even get me started on what happens to the garage when you have boxes and stuff that comes in, and you got more wings and more stuff in here. So you got the garage that's all of a sudden that's starting to fill. One of the cool things that I got is right down the road is a garage that we bought, and we use this as our paramotor facility. And how quickly you go from a garage to something that is overwhelming. So much stuff. You got more and more paramotors, then you have more and more paramotors that come in. And of course, when you have more and more paramotors come in, then you need more and more space. We also got another trike out here. We got another one that's coming. Then you need a place to fix your equipment. So we're working on this one here. We're always working on our paramotor gear. We're working on this one. We got another one up here that we're working on too. And then we have paramotor frames that we have. So, I mean, it can be very overwhelming pretty quick. This is 2 years in to being a paramotor instructor over here in Arkansas. Oh, don't even get me started on all the equipment that you need for your students. So you need to have multiple helmets, and you need kiting helmets. I got this right here, so we're able to go through and watch all of these amazing videos. Let me show you some of these videos that we have. We got the tips and tricks. We got the risk versus reward. Airspace is very good. Mastering ground handling, advanced launching, in-flight precision, mastering the multiple sets of props, prop covers, all sorts of different replacement parts for when your motors go out. You got to send in your wings to get them fixed. And of course, sometimes they come back and they don't pass, like this particular one. What do? We got a couple of free flight harnesses over here, but we just got some new ones yesterday. First aid kits of all sorts. Then you need, now you have a bunch of parts and stuff that you fixed other paramotors, and now you got a bunch of pieces and parts that don't work. You need throttles to work with students before they start to fly. So you have different throttle. Really busy in here. And of course, more 3D printers to print out fun stuff. It's always fun. And talking about fun, PPG smoke. We got a soak system we're going to be putting on one of our machines. So what am I saying? I'm saying that you're going to need some room, because you're going to quickly outgrow your little area that you think that's all you need, because you're small when you first start off, and then boom, it just explodes. And now that you have all of your gear, And you got a paramotor facility, you got a school, you got a place to sit down and teach, you got a website. Oh yeah, there's money involved in creating a website also. Then you have to do all your selling, buying and selling with your dealers. You got to be a dealer, reseller, importer, or something like that. So now there's more money involved. Now, where do you go and train? You got to nail down a training place. If you live alone, great. If not, your significant other might feel like their nice house might start to feel like a paramotor pilot hoarder area, and you better have a very loving person. We train all around Central Arkansas. We have lots of different areas, and we even have some really nice bunny hills that we can get the student up in the air. They can feel what it feels like, come down and land. Look at this area that we have. I mean, all over Arkansas, we have massive areas. Even over by Pinnacle Mountain, we are allowed to train at a field over here, soccer fields. Oh, and of course, early in the morning to late at night, you are out training. Also, too, you have different types of people. You have big people, small people, women, men, young, old. So you have so many different people that you're going to be training also. Different area. Here's another area that we go train. And of course, here's another area that's right down the road, but hey, it works. And what about stumbles, falls, possible pilot injuries and stuff like that? So what do you do when you have something like that? You got to be really good at knowing your motor maintenance and knowing how to take apart a motor and put it back together. Also towing and advanced stuff that you want to do. Maybe you want to do SIV courses. And of course, you may not have time for your doggies and your significant others, your children, your friends, because all you do is you wake up early in the morning, you work all day long, and you come home after dark and you're exhausted. I know, I'm sorry, but I have so much fun flying. And how about training? You need to be trained as an instructor, or you're going to try to instruct all by yourself without going to training school. Well, eventually, you're going to need some sort of school, because I tell you, doing tandems, pretty darn important. So you're going to be spending a lot of money on yourself doing SIV courses so you understand how the wings work. Advanced classes cost money too. And then you're going to have to send in your wings to get them inspected. I got a lot of wings that need to get inspected because, they are going to be up in the air. Either I'm going to be flying them or students are going to be flying them. So there's a lot of maintenance involved also. There's so much money involved in upkeep. And do you have your own gear so your students can use school gear, or do you make them buy their gear first? I think that a good school is you have gear for your students. And then of course you're going to be a part of all these different organizations, the USPPA, ASC, USHPA. I mean, there's some. I know the big question is now, how much does it cost to get into doing something like this? You can start off with just using your own equipment and only training one person at a time and kind of getting the feel for it. You start buying a lot of equipment and getting that set up so your students have equipment, or you have a bunch of money and you start your own school, and it's going to cost a lot of money. I mean, as soon as you get your tandem trike, a tandem trike is $20,000. All your gear is going to cost you a bunch. It's about $100,000 just to get started, and then you don't recoup that money anytime soon. And then, of course, if you grow so big, you need another instructor. Now you got to pay an instructor. And like any teacher, you don't do it for the money. You do it for the pure joy. So don't expect getting into instructing as a good paying job. Get into it knowing that it could pay your bills, but it's the joy of teaching and the joy of flying. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions. And here's a nice video that we did for instruction and just fun in general.
All right, here we go. There you go. Get the wing up, make sure it's nice and stable. Looks good. Turn around, make sure that the wing is stable. Here we go, guys. Another fun day at the sod farm. Woo! Alright, so we're going to be doing a couple things today. We're going to be doing some spot landings. First thing we're going to do is a touch and go over the bag. So we're going to land right near it or on top of it. And we are going to do a touch and go. Steady. There it is. And boom. Oh, woo-hoo! First one is done. Alright, so now I'm going to be tasked with getting up to about 500 feet or so. And then we're going to coast down. And we are going to try to get as close as we can or tap the bag. The idea, of course, is tapping that bag. Whew, I still feel like I'm out of breath. That's right, I'm an old grandpa. What more do you expect? But I got some paramotor skills because I come out here and I practice a lot. Getting up to about 500 feet or so, cutting the motor and coming in and figuring out what my glide is so I can do some perfect spot landings. Alright. Alright, here we go. Nice glide. That's what this is all about. Gliding, hitting that mark. We're at a perfect glide slope. It looks like we're gonna hit it. It's gonna be awesome. So all we gotta do is tap and we are good. And boom! Woo-hoo! That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so this next one is what we're going to do is we're going to come out here and we're going to be doing a S-turn. And let's see if we can maneuver ourselves around the vehicles and then come in and hit our target. So don't try this at home. Be careful. Swoop in sideways. Now we're going to be trying to get level, pull a little bit of brake, get some air. And then we're going to swoop down and boom! Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about! Another awesome hit. Alright, so now what if we're going to be doing something like a foot drag or coming in at a 45 degrees? So let's go ahead and go out this way, get it kind of low, and come on in at a 45 degree angle to which way the wind is coming. And we are going to try to swoop down here now, do a little kind of like a foot drag. It's been really thermic today, so I don't know how close I can get. Gonna curve around. Where's that bag? There it is. And we should have no problem tapping this bag. And boom! We got it. Another awesome one. Now what we're going to be doing is picking up the bag. So be really careful when we do this because I'm going to try to pick it up with my right foot, but it's also going to be hanging back by my prop. So I have to be really careful. As soon as I grab it, I got to put my foot forward in front of me to make sure nothing gets caught in that prop. Because if it catches, it can pull my leg off or really hurt me bad, and we don't want any injuries when we're doing something like this. Alright, so it's a high swoop, nice glide, my foot's out. Oh, perfect, this can be it. And got it. Alright, we got it. Oh man, yep. So I gotta be really careful, make sure that these lines don't get into my prop. Gonna wad this up, make sure everything is contained in a nice little area here. Let's put this between my legs, actually right between my feet, so it's easy for me to drop this. Alright, this should be pretty easy. I don't know if I'll make it. I'm gonna try to make it in the back of the truck. I'm not sure. Under FAR 103, we are allowed to drop things if it does not cause a hazard. So dropping a paramotor bag like this will not create a hazard. However, dropping a 500-pound ball might create a hazard. All right, here we go. And drop. Oh man, missed it. Not bad at all. That's all right. Now that we picked this up and we tried it, now what we're going to do is land right next to our camera guy. Michael is out here for the day. I'm helping him do some spot landings and showing him that it is pretty easy to do spot landings if you have lots of hours under your belt. I've been out here for many hundreds of hours doing all sorts of foot dragging and spot landing. So let's see if we can line up. We're going to do a little slide in here.
Yeah!
So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. We're going to be building up some more paramotors, doing trike videos, more training. If you want to learn how to fly, go over to paramotorarkansas.com, and we have some really good deals as far as getting you started to learn how to fly. Thank you again for watching. My name is Sean Symons, also known as PPG Grandpa.